everybody. It's me, Myra, Down Home Money. Hope you're doing well. Excited to be with you today. And today's video, I just want to share some thoughts about the 2 ways you can get to financial freedom. Remember those? So I wanted to just share some things with you. First of all, I want to just pause and say I've got my faith shirt on, and I want you to keep the faith. We live in a country that is amazing, and with love, we can conquer all. So let's get started. Down Home Money, a simple approach to financial freedom. You know what we are. All right, so I was reading about a study that the corona pandemic is causing nearly 90% of Americans to feel anxious about money, according to a new survey from the National Endowment for Financial Education. I thought that was really interesting, you guys, because 90%. And what's really interesting is that 41% are worried about their emergency savings, and 23% are citing retirement. They're worried about it. Bills also weighed heavily on people's minds, with 48% responding that they were worried about paying their bills, and 28% cited paying utilities as a top stressor. The same number said paying rent or mortgage topped their list of concerns. So meanwhile, 39% of employed Americans called job security a top financial concern, followed by income fluctuation at 29%. The survey polled more than 2,000 U.S. adults online April 7th and 9th through the 9th on 2020. The stress levels were the same across all income levels, from those who made under $50,000 a year to those who made over $100,000 a year. So I just thought it's interesting because we've all been affected by this, and we're impacted by this equally. It doesn't matter how much you make or what your wealth is, because we're all affected equally. All of us. It doesn't matter if you're a multimillionaire. You couldn't go to the movies. Restaurants were closed. Places were closed. It didn't matter how much money you've got. You couldn't change our world, right? And so it's kind of interesting. So we all were equally quarantined, right? And this week makes 12 weeks. I cannot believe I have been able to stay in my home for 12 weeks. It's been incredible. I haven't been out that much at all. So I have eaten out in the last 12 weeks 2 times. And they were both pizzas, because you can't give up pizza. All right, so I want to share with you the 2 ways. So one, first of all, a lot of you have said to me, Myra, I'm living paycheck to paycheck, and and over 70% of our population is living paycheck to paycheck. And so several people have sent me emails or text me and said, I don't know how I can save. So, and I know this is not easy, you guys. It's simple. The process is simple, but it's not easy. And I get it. And I will tell you, when the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change, you will make the changes to make your life better. I promise you that. And I'll think about that, because that's so impactful if you really think about that. Because most people take action when they can no longer tolerate. So if you're struggling paycheck to paycheck, I want to encourage you to either get you a side hustle, because that's one way. There are 2 ways to change the trajectory and move you towards financial freedom. One is to make more money. I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? So how you can do that is, in today's world, there's so many ways. I mean, with Etsy and Uber and Lyft and Upwork and Fiverr, Amazon affiliate. I mean, there are so many ways you can make money and do side hustles to make more money. So look into that. And a lot of them are working from home. So think about that. Then the other way is for you to cut your expenses. And sometimes you look at that and you go, oh, you know what, Myra, I am only spending my money on my needs. Well, let's really reevaluate your needs versus your wants. So let's talk needs. Needs are rent or mortgage, your vehicle or transportation, your essentials, essentials meaning toiletries. Your essentials are going to be your food. We'll add food in there, your insurance. There are several things that become essential, right? And these are what we classify as your needs. So you just need to niche that down to the lowest amount possible for your needs, okay? Now wants, let's talk wants. A gym membership is probably a want. Cable TV is probably a want. I'm sorry. Your dog getting groomed is probably a want. There's just a few things, and y'all know how I feel about pets, because you know what? Izzy's going to eat before Myra eats. I will tell you, my Chihuahua is going to eat before I eat. And that little girl, her wardrobe is better than mine, because she's got some cute clothes because she gets cold in the winter. So, but we just got to start looking at things. And I always ask, in my mind, I always go, is this a want or a need? And I really did that a lot when I was on my journey to financial freedom. I would always ask myself, is this going to give me joy? And I found that $100 dress didn't give me joy. You know, you want it and you want to look good and all that, but you know what I found? I get more compliments when I wear stuff from TJ Maxx and Ross and Burlington's than I ever got when I would wear something from Neiman Marcus. So snap out of it. You don't need all that stuff. You need freedom. You know what you need? Freedom. And it comes with a cost. And the cost is you've got to have delayed gratification today in order to build a passive income to live like no one else tomorrow. And that's just the way it is. And that's what my channel is all about. That's what I'm here to do, is to help you. You know, I'll share with you, Rick and I took this journey 20 years ago, and it was a 10-year journey for us. It took us 10 years as a hairstylist and a policeman, saving 50% of our income. And I know you're like, oh my gosh, I can't save 50%. We didn't start that way. We started at 5% and moved to 10%. And all along the way, cutting our expenses, adding more work, because we're young. We were in our 20s. We're young. And so we're adding more work, and we're working harder to make more money so that we can save more money. And that's why I talk about, you know, making more money is crucial at this point for you to get to that financial freedom. I'll never forget, some of Rick's side jobs were hilarious. I just worked 12-hour days at a hair salon for 7 days a week. So I couldn't really take another job, just standing on my feet behind a chair, cutting hair and doing perms and highlights. That's what my job was. But Rick, as a policeman, at first, before we bought our first house, we lived in an apartment complex and we got free rent. So that was wonderful. And that was just part, they'd hire policemen for security or whatever. And then Rick bought a sign, a magnetic sign thing to go on people's cars, and he would make them. It was a big machine, and he bought it out of the newspaper. I know, they used to have classifieds in the newspaper. It's a real story. It's a real thing. So when people would want to buy something, they would look in the newspaper. That's where I bought my first house, and that's where I bought that. Rick bought his sign business. So he did magnetic signs for people. And then, let's see, what else did he do? Oh yeah, he worked for a builder, and he sold homes on the weekends for a builder. And then he sold cars. Oh, man, I have had some doozies. I'm going to just tell you, I have had some jalopies. Listen, I guess that's why cars just don't excite me. I mean, seriously, my car's 5 years old, and I just don't care. A car gets you from point A to point B, and I've driven so many cars now because of Rick doing that car business, and I drove a lot of really bad cars. So what I found is they all get you from point A to point B. So if I can save money and not have a car payment, that's the way it's going to be. I don't have a car payment because I don't want to make that payment. And a car is just not an asset. It just continues to go down in value. Whereas real estate is going up in value and building your net worth. So that's what I choose to put my money in. So, but this one car Rick brought home, oh gosh, I'll never forget it. Memories. He brought home a Honda. It was a little hatchback and didn't have a front seat, just the driver's seat, didn't have a back seat because it was a courier's car and where they put all the stuff that they were delivering or whatever. But it was hilarious. So he couldn't even ride with me. It is what it is. You got to do what you got to do. And so it's just interesting because it's about delayed gratification. And that's what freedom is all about. Freedom gives you choices. So does money. Money gives you options. And here's the deal. We only have so much time on this earth. We can always make more money, but you cannot make more time. We're all equal when it comes to time also. We all have the same amount of time in the day, and that's 24 hours. But don't you wonder sometimes how some of these people get so much done in 24 hours? I think about that all the time. I got friends, and they get a lot done in 24 hours. And then I got friends that don't ever get anything done. So go figure. We're going to get a lot done. We're going to take you to financial freedom. And I just want you to know, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for allowing me to work in my passion. And I love what I'm doing. This is a passion project, and I'm grateful for all of you. And thank you for subscribing, and thank you for sharing and telling your friends about this, because you know the thing with YouTube is I need you to give me a thumbs up. I need you to subscribe and hit the bell so you'll get all the notifications, because that's how the word gets out in YouTube. And it's not easy building these sites. What I'm finding, I'm doing a lot of research and trying to do the best I can, because I really want to get the word out that it's not how much money you make, it's how much money you keep and what you do with it. And on this channel, we're going to share with you how to build passive incomes. Be sure and check out my other video, the one that I shared with you, how to do $1,500 a month on passive income through real estate. So thank you guys. Again, I appreciate you, and be sure and give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, and I hope to see you soon. See you next Tuesday. Our videos come out every Tuesday. See you later.